Like CJ hit me with this. I'm live hella early already, but it's all good. And look who showed up, Miss Bubblegum Planet. Hi, ma'am. Okay, we about to do this. Well, since we are live, um, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming through. I'm sure these people are going to trickle in here as the day goes, as the evening goes, and we dwindle down to these questions and things like that. Because I plan on picking her brain for a minute. We might exceed this hour. I'm sorry because I got a lot of questions for this young lady. Um, this is Ask the Q, Speak Your Truth. I'm your boy Burden of Proof. Again, I want to say thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. Um, for those who don't know, I'm on my AI shit right now. Can I say that? Can I cuss? Yes, I can cuss. I'm on my AI right now, my mixed reality thing right now because of the phenomenal guest we have today. You see my shirt? You like it? We good? Yeah, we good? Oh, hold on. Let me turn this thing off. My bad. I'm gonna be hitting this thing all day. Okay, so do me a favor, boss, Leo, come down and come back up for me so I can make sure I can hear you. Jump back up. Say
Can you
something.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can. Here we go. So I'm on my AI right now. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying, in honor of the phenomenal young lady that we have as a guest today. But before we get into that, you know how I like to do it. First of all, thank you for everybody who tuned in to watch last week's episode. It was Little C's week, and for those who don't know, we hit 1.3K views. Was that TikTok? CJ, was that TikTok? I'm assuming it was TikTok. I don't know where he over there then looking, he ain't looking at me. But I'm assuming it was TikTok. We hit 1.3K views in regards to people viewing the show. And again, I just want to say thank you guys for hanging with me, enjoying the content, you know what I'm saying, and enjoying the interview. I for one had a phenomenal time with the interview. Found out that the man was a Leo as well, and his birthday was a day before mine and a lot of other, like I said before, he put together a lot of pieces to a puzzle that I had growing up, you know what I'm saying, in regards to hip hop and his whole, I guess, journey with Biggie, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So again, I want to say thank you to Little C's for coming through and having that moment with me. I greatly appreciate it. Um, in real news, for those who might not know, the election is coming up. Um, I would like to say that people of color are definitely early election is going on right now. From what I've been told and what I've been seeing, a lot of people of color are definitely going to the polls to ensure that he doesn't win. I'm not going to speak on the name because last time I spoke on this man, they muted half of the show. So he got some type of power within this whole metaverse and this metaverse, but this social media in general, especially with YouTube. I don't know how he got it, but yeah, you speak on these people politically, a whole bunch of crap happens. But like I said before, a lot of people of color are rushing to the polls. So again, I definitely urge you guys to vote. I'm not going to speak on who's the lesser evil. You can make your own determination. Whatever you rock with is whatever you rock with, to each his own. And we're gonna see how we survive these next couple of years and with whoever is in power. Um, yo, do you any WNBA fans? Are y'all watching the WNBA right now? Because if you not, I'm gonna say like the WNBA is popping right now. They in the championship right now. What is the Minnesota and New York Liberty? So, y'all don't follow basketball, so y'all wouldn't even know these things. But Sabrina just dropped this 3-point shot that won the game for New York Liberty. So they're up 2-1 right now in the best of five. It's real intense. I would definitely encourage you guys to take advantage and take a look at it for those who may have or feel a way about, you know what I'm saying, the WNBA and the style of play and whether or not it's worthwhile to watch. Somebody just stepped in the room today, right now, and I don't know if they want me to tell their business or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I just want to send my condolences to this young lady, most humble. She lost her cousin. You know what I'm saying? Her cousin passed away, and I just want us to send my condolences to you. I'm sorry, ma'am. If you need anything, if you want to talk, if you need to vent, you know what I'm saying? I'm not far away. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm sorry. Everything happened. And I hate to say this, but it's so cliche. Like everything happens for a reason. You just have to find that reasoning within the pain and the hurt of and the uncertainty of not knowing why. I definitely can attest to that because I lost my nephew in the same manner or in the same type of way. And you can either succumb from it or you can use it as motivation. You know what I'm saying? I chose to use it as motivation and push myself to I want to say depths that I didn't even know I had within myself. So just sit on it and pray. You know what I'm saying? And just ask God to guide you. You know what I'm saying? So if you need somewhere to one to vent to, you need somebody to talk to, I'm not far away. So definitely, again, my condolences. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, the way this sitting thing just still freaks me out because y'all still stand up like zombies and then sit back down. It scares the bejesus out of me. It be it be making me nervous. I think y'all about to walk out or I did something wrong. But better whenever y'all fix that, please hurry up because it still throws me off. But I'm definitely glad that we have the option to sit down. But yeah, Meta, hurry up with that, please. All right, so here we go. We are in it. We are in it. We are in it. Hi. I can't hear you because you on mute.
Hey.
Okay, so here we go. Boss Leo isn't new to this metaverse at all. Um, you've been here just as long as it's been an option to be in here, yes?
I've been here in like 2022. No,
2022.
2021.
Right, yeah, 2021, about the same time as I have. So she's not new to this space, but I would say, okay, yeah, so they're telling me we can't hear you. So I'm gonna need you to jump down and come back up.
Can you hear me now?
Can y'all hear it? Okay, this is what I'm gonna need you to do, Boss Leo. Jump down that back that way and then come back up. Yes.
All right. How about now?
We good? All right, we good. We good. We can hear you. She got this low pitched voice. Look, lady, I need your voice today. Yes, please, and thank you. Um, she's not new to Meta Horizon at all. I've seen her on the scene of Meta Horizon since I've been a part of it. Um, I want to say it took you. I want to say it took you a minute to find your niche, if you will. Can we
Yeah.
say that? Is that safe to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Boss Leo in the building. Confetti for the young lady, if you will. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. We hear you now. Now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Okay. I usually start off with how do you get your user tag name and all of that stuff, but we're not even gonna start like that with you. Because again, like I said, I think I've literally watched you a lot within the space. Little do you know, I ain't like it ain't like no freaky shit like that. I don't know goofy weirdo stuff, but I'm just saying in regards to like I've monitored your moves and things like that. So in regards to no, we are gonna touch on the Boss Leo name within itself. So in watching you in your reality on your Instagram, what some people utilize this avatar as an extension of who they are as a person. But with you particularly, is it safe to say that this is alter ego
Yep.
in
You
a
got
sense?
it. Yeah. My
Yeah.
alter ego.
Why so?
hmm Boss Leo, she channels the dark feminine energy
Mm,
that I keep hidden for so long. And like many people come into the metaverse, it's that safe space where you can start to tap into your inner self a little bit more that is often hidden because I worked in corporate where I feel like I couldn't be myself 100%. And
right.
being Boss Leo was that alter ego for me. And just being in this space allowed her to manifest over into real life. So finding myself a lot more. And I'm being tapped into my inner self, like really came from the metaverse and actually being this alter ego that I created.
Got you. Understand it now. Now I get it. Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense to me. So what I'm gonna ask is it helping you come out of your shell, so to speak, in your physical world, if you will?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say mostly the confidence, the voice, tapping into it, just been into that creative space, and I'm just to myself, if that makes sense, there.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
because when you're in the metaverse, there's like no limitations, there's no barriers, there's no people negative, that toxicness from the real world that's stepping into like your peace zone. And so when I'm in my peace zone, more time than not, and I'm having more time to myself. I'm exploring the things that give me joy, as we call it, your purpose.
Yes.
You start to tap into that, and I wasn't doing that in the real world. I wasn't living and working in my purpose in the real world, and so to be able to do that in the metaverse and really explore more of like what is important to me, I mean, just started manifesting into real life. And that kind of tricked me up a little bit because you thought it was just something that you can just do part time and hide. But when it started manifesting over to the real world, where it's like, no, I'm more confident or I'm more certain because I've done it in a metaverse, I experienced it. It gave me that experience that I probably wouldn't get in the real world. And so, as we would say, you're starting to become that her that you envision. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not 10 years from now, it's now. I'm
Mm.
becoming her, I'm acting like her, I'm being living like her in the metaverse. And naturally, that's manifesting into my mind. And I'm
Right.
living that out in the real world.
Got you. Okay, so you again, like I said, I've watched you within this space a lot. You move a lot differently than the majority of the. No disrespect to nobody in here, nothing like that, but like you move different. And with a different type of finesse, if you will. So, where are you from originally?
I'm from Memphis, South Memphis.
South Memphis.
Yes.
I would have never guessed it.
I am from the hood for sure. Born and raised.
Oh, so you a Southern young lady?
Yes.
What we call okay. Is Memphis the South?
Yes, it's the South.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. So you Yo Gotti, all these people. So you a
Mhm.
Glorilla fan?
I like her. I vibe with her.
I don't. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. For those who don't know, she got a new album out. If you want to check it out, check it out. It is what it is. So you South Memphis. So, well,
Yeah,
Memphis. So
absolutely.
what was your upbringing like? You have any siblings?
Yeah, I'm the middle of seven with three extended.
Wow. So what was that like?
It was quite interesting because my family life is different. With me being a middle child, we had different let's say extended families from each other. And so I was raised as a single child under my grandmother and
Mm,
my father, while the rest of my siblings were living either with my aunt of mine or another family member. So I think for like 6 years after my mother passed away, we were all separated and reconnected in high school where we just started to know each other again. So I was raised as a foster child and a family of seven. And then as adults, we just reconnected.
wow. Mm, amazing. Amazing. Okay. So in regards to the boss Leo user tag, like again, you could have chosen anything to call yourself. Why that particularly? I'm assuming you're a Leo.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what part of the Leo spectrum do you fall on?
July.
Oh, you're a July Leo. So, in your opinion, do you, in your opinion, do you feel that there's a difference between a July Leo and an August Leo?
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely a
Elaborate.
different breed. It's really interesting, but because ironically, I have like my homegirls of five, we're all like Cancers and Leos
Okay.
from June, July, and August. And we all have different vibes there. I feel that July Leos are more dominant per
Huh.
se, more fiery, aggressive, where you have the August Leo that's like the silent killer, the more calm version of like the yin yang balance of that.
You hear her, right? Y'all better be hearing this shit. Talk to him, ma'am. Because I'm definitely an August Leo. So I definitely can relate to what you're talking about. So the boss aspect of your name, I guess it speaks for itself, but I mean, in regards to choosing that, what made you choose that
Yeah.
particularly?
I think I chose my name in general back in high school when I
Okay.
was actually playing games and I didn't think nothing about it. I always I'm big on manifestations and mantras and I speak into existence. Even in high school, I was like my tag name was like college ready or I'm gonna do this one thing. And I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. So it was already in my head that even if I'm going to college, I'm gonna start a business. And
Mm,
so that was the life that I envisioned for myself was to be my own boss. And I just spoke that into existence since high school and that Leo, I've always had that dark feminine energy about me, just being that head honcho girl. So it just naturally came together. But I will
got you.
say IO is new because it used to be my year, but I recently changed it to IO because of the industry we in.
Ah, okay. Got you. Understood. Not mad at it. Cause I was wasn't the IO. I was like, is that 10? Cause when I was doing the promo, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna say Boss Leo because if I mess this last part up, I'm gonna be upset. So I'm glad it's the IO. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
IO, not a AI.
Okay, so the IO is in representation of what exactly again?
That's the industry we in with the Web3, the blockchain, everything being IO. So it's really something used in the tech community when we are building our own startups. Usually we have the website called .io.
Uh-huh. Okay, so here we go. We're in the tech community already now. Okay. So now, when did you realize you had a okay, so you're a techie, you're a gamer and all this other stuff. When did you have this okay, so okay, I'm assuming we not that far from in regards to age or anything like that, but like when you were like a Nintendo gamer, Sega Genesis, like what game console did you gravitate to?
We was on the Nintendo and the PlayStation with Bandicoot.
Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot, right?
Yeah.
I love that game. Yes, yes. Okay. No, that was Turbo Graphics, wasn't it? Oh no, no, that was Turbo Graphics 16, wasn't it?
I have no idea. I was so young.
Right. Wasn't that Turbo Graphics 16? Crash Bandicoot? Don't look at me like y'all don't know, man. Brooklyn, Crash Bandicoot with TurboGrafx 16, but it is what it is. So you were a Nintendo, PlayStation
Mhm,
gamer, okay?
mhm.
Yes. So
Yeah.
when did you? Okay, when did this become a growing aspiration to I guess further your knowledge in regards to technology and things like that? When
Like
did
going
that
the
start?
gaming route.
Say that again.
Going the gaming route.
Going the gaming route, you said?
Yeah. I think the question, just want to make sure I understood that. I think for me, it's playing Halo. Like
Okay.
I watched the movie Fun fact, that movie actually cost me a friendship. 'Cause we were fighting over it. But Halo, like Halo, Resident Evil, being into sci-fi, and I believe like around like 2021 when I had bought a new laptop, it came with the Xbox gaming, and it had the whole Halo collection. So
Mm.
naturally, like I just been buried in it and just really started gaming from there, because that's like my favorite franchise.
I'm not gonna hold you. I hated Halo. Like I hated it because I don't know what it was about Halo. I just couldn't get into it. Like I don't know why. I don't know what. But like you said, Halo was a big deal. Like a lot of nerds was in the Halo. So would you? Okay. So would you consider yourself a nerdy
Oh yeah.
type? Yes.
Oh
Gamers.
yeah.
Okay. So there we
Anime,
go.
gaming, Halo, like all of that sci-fi tech. I watch all of the Alien versus Predators, all
Lord
of it.
Jesus. Okay, got it. It makes perfect sense now. All right, so we okay. We're a gamer. Got it. Sci-fi and all this other stuff. So you went to college.
Yeah.
Well, what did you study in college?
IT, so management info systems with a minor in entrepreneurship.
Uh, okay. So during your college journey, what were you doing in regards to making money and things like that as a to make a living?
I was a hustler. I think I did like 4 or 5 businesses. Did door to door sales. I did like 2 MLMs back in the day. I believed in that hype. And then I started my own graphic and website design business. So I was creating logos and websites, freelancing that. In college, I was mostly doing a lot of those type of events. And then I was just involved in different communities. So I was the president of my departments, like IT department, and I sat on councils, speaking to like different C-suite level executives, creating career pathways. So I was involved in a lot of stuff, and
Right.
I was also an entrepreneur.
Okay. Got you. So when you graduated, well, I guess so. When you graduated, was you going to college was to what? Earn a specific position in corporations, or what was the overall? I guess what was the overall meaning of you attaining a college degree? Like, what was your primary focus once you said, "Okay, I'm going to college for this, so I can do what?"
For me going to college, especially in Memphis, was influenced by my grandmother
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to start my own business. And I also had the opportunity to possibly go to the army, but I chose at the last minute to go to college because I wanted to start my own business, and
And
that's
what?
where we felt I wanted to do a technology business. I didn't
Okay.
know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to own a business in tech because that was the future. And I think that was around the time I just did research of like what can I do to launch my business in tech. And they had a career program called MIS. And I just went to the website and I just talked to some of the college kids that was there about the program, and they was like, "You want to be into it?" And it got me sold.
Okay. So you said you knew that technology was the future. What was going on around you that was giving this reassurance that you know that you took that leap of faith in regard to technology and things like that? Like what was hitting you in your face, or what were you seeing within the world, or what was going on to make you say, "Okay, technology is the future"?
Well, because I'm a nerd, I like technology. I'm into sci-fi. I'm into all the movies, the future. I think at that time there was the Matrix that was
Yes,
pretty big. The Transformers, the Alien versus Predator, all of the big sci-fi movies, and Jurassic Park, of course. So anything futuristic, technology, I was into all of that. Like I
got
wanted to
you.
do tech. Oh yeah, and I just lost it. The Terminator with Skynet and the robots. I was into all of that.
Huh. Okay. So, what made you go to college? You said your grandmother influenced this. So, your grandma was the deciding factor in regards to whether or not you would go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because
how
she
did she
felt
influence that
ill.
decision?
Yeah, she was ill.
Mm,
And at that time, I was living with my dad at the time, living with us, and I just didn't feel she was safe living alone because I wanted to leave Memphis, but the thought of leaving my grandmother alone because I was raised as a single child through her, who was a widow,
mm,
and so that separation was hard because it's the only family that I had,
right.
and so being with her, going to college just saying, okay, I'll do it for 4 years. I want to have a business, figure out how I can do it. And I just went that way.
So, what was that college experience like? Well, what college did you go to?
University of Memphis.
Okay. University of Memphis. So, I mean, you never ventured outside of Memphis.
I didn't venture out until I think my junior year when I got an internship.
Okay.
Because I was active in the community. I just had a guy, just one of my good friends, I should say. He's not a guy, one of my really good friends who's doing amazing things in Memphis. He was like, "Yo, I see what you doing. I see you have a future. I think you should hop on this opportunity." And it was an internship. And it's the most awkward time because I didn't really had no internships lined up, and I end up having two internships, and one of
Mm,
them was to go to Nashville for the summer, and the other was like, "Hey, you want to go to Minnesota?" And like
gotcha.
a lot of people, I was like, "Wait, there's black people in Minnesota. Like, what's going on?" Like, you don't hear about Minnesota there.
Right.
So I asked, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I got two internships. Should I go to Nashville? Should I go to Minnesota? And they said, you need to go to Minnesota. Like, you need to leave Memphis. You need to
Mm.
see what's out there. And I went to Minnesota and I saw a lot there.
Okay, got you. So, your college experience in University of Memphis. What was that college experience like?
It felt like high school, to be real. I know this is a debate, and I'm probably going to get dragged about this, about being a PWI, a public white institute, but we did had a bit of a HBCU experience. So I would say I had the best of both worlds because
Okay.
in high school, I was a part of an early college program on the Lemoyne on campus, which is an HBCU. So I did get my HBCU experience there before going to the University of Memphis is as a public white institute. But like I said, um, I think my early days typical, what you see in the movies, like going to the parties, the Greek life,
Uh-huh.
having fun, stand out past him. Not going to say all the things I've done, but doing that.
You
I
got an idea, I'm
also
sure.
those things.
Right.
I also, well, we can't say necessary pledge, but I did a membership intake in a fraternity with my frat brothers there. And then on top of that, I just did business. So I think the later of my years, I was just focused on entrepreneurship. Like while people was at events, I was traveling the states
Right.
from like the east and the west coast, like doing sales and doing like businesses for the companies I was representing. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really active
Right.
as much towards my last 3 years. It was strictly like how we're going to like get to the first $1 million, how we're gonna
Uh,
like create lives for ourselves.
got you. Okay. So, I mean, so you could have easily had uh, a 9 to 5 making 6 figures,
Mhm.
but you chose an entrepreneur path and somehow ran into an Oculus. So, when did you actually, what, when did you find an Oculus and say, okay, let me put this thing on and see what this thing is about?
Mhm. So, like me being a tech enthusiast, once I saw it, my brain was saying, "Girl, we gotta go get it." Like you saw it now, you might as well pay for it. And put on the Oculus, just curious about it, like a lot of people came to this space, like it came at a time where I was looking for an escape there
Okay.
because this interesting part about my journey is that although I went to college with the intent of launching my business, that wasn't the end result. It was me getting a job to work in corporate America, which was in a path that felt like I wasn't truly meant to be on.
Mm.
And that was with my own failures as an entrepreneur because while I was doing entrepreneurship, I was hustling out there. I wasn't making a dime. I was losing friendships. I was being isolated. I had people saying that I would never be a professional and wasn't taking me serious.
Mm.
And leaving, I think after my grandmother passed away because I prioritized business over her, that felt like a punishment for me that I wasn't meant for entrepreneurship. So I
Mm.
went the traditional route that everyone kept telling me that I was meant to be on, which was to go work a 9 to 5, work in corporate. And I did well for those 5 years, making my 6 figure salary, living in like a nice luxury apartment, living a life, but my mental health cost the crap out of me. Like
Right.
I was struggling and I was literally mentally dying and getting sick there.
Right.
So at the time when the pandemic happened and getting the Oculus, like many people, that was probably in a deep depression. It was a form of escape to just hide and just really figure shit out. Because that's where I was at. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. This is not it. I feel like I have bigger calling. And so I went and got an Oculus and started figuring that out. And so
Right.
that's when things started clicking. Like once you started just touring and like, this is cool. I have a safe space. And then when you start seeing the community, the people that also understands you, that gets you, that
Right.
really vibe with you, that makes you not feel lonely. It's like, yo, like I'm on the same path. My
What's
story's different, but we're there.
is well, hold on to that real quick because I really want to get back to something that you was just talking about because you were just elaborating on the fact that you had a six-figure salary, a pretty sustained life and lifestyle and things of that nature, but you were unhappy in corporate. What was it about corporate that would make you unhappy? Like what were you what were you dealing with? Because I
Hmm.
mean anybody else would probably just be content within the space and say, you know what? Although I'm not as happy as I want to be, I have X, Y, and Z. So I'm content with what I've got. So I don't have to pursue anything else. But you did. So what was it about corporate that you rubbed you the wrong way or just gave you this feeling of unhappiness to where your mental health was so damaged?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me in corporate, it's one of those things that you're not in the right career pathway or the environment.
Right.
Like we hate to go down that lane of what it feels like to be like the token black girl in
Mm,
corporate, especially when you're at a table and you're responsible for like a multi-million dollar product, but I got
right.
to get 10 white men that doesn't really like a black woman in her seat to deliver a
Mm,
product. You can
mm,
only imagine how difficult that can be to try to persuade a team that doesn't necessarily see you as your equal.
right.
And even though I have been successful and I have made my 6 figures, I've seen like what it can do to people and how it can change, and you're just toxic and everything around your life is toxic. And I just know for me, like last year, just everything was just freaking toxic. You're just mad at the world and everything because it really pushed you in that place. And it's
Right.
not a place that's not meant for a lot of people. And it's just you didn't have that energy to just want to grow up in that career ladders no more. Like, do I want to be unhappy 40 years of my life when I know that there's so much other stuff that I can be doing that brings me happiness in there? So it's different from different people.
Right.
Some people know how to turn it down, like shut it out, be like, look, I'm just here for a nice paycheck to do it because they have family or they don't have nothing else. But I know that I don't know, just been in the metaverse when I just had a taste of what my life could be like. Being
Right.
an entrepreneur in college, sitting at a table with people that were wealthy, the way they were living, the way they were talking. It's like once you taste what success could look like and feel like, it's hard to go back. And
Mm,
having that experience, having that background, having the mindset I have, and having that limited and tested in a corporate workplace where you're not taken serious is insulting and you
yes.
don't have growth. And I know that I'm meant for growth. And I wasn't getting it in corporate, so I was getting it outside of that by being an entrepreneur. So that was it for me. It's like once I know that this isn't my path,
You followed
it's
your
not going to work.
you followed your passion.
Yeah.
Basically, in a nutshell, you followed your passion. And honestly speaking, for a lot of people, that is hard to do. It's hard to come out of that economic Ferris wheel and say, you know what, this isn't making me happy. I have a God given gift to pursue something else and be great at it. And a lot of people don't follow that. A lot of people do stay within that economic Ferris wheel and say, you know what, I'm just going to be sustained and just deal with it. But it takes a strong person to jump out of that and say, you know what, I'm going to follow my passion, and my passion is going to be equally, if not double, as successful as this corporate job. So I definitely understand and can relate to what you're talking about in regards to that. Um, so again, you're in Horizon World now, and you're checking out all these. Again, like I said before, I watched you and things like that. So when you first put the Oculus on, was it for more or less an entertainment thing?
Yeah, I think for me it was for fitness.
Okay.
I was a part of the supernatural community there, and I was just looking at it for a way to be healthy
Mm-hmm.
and explore a lot.
Okay. So then you're a builder
Hmm.
in here. When did that click? Like, when did you start messing with these primitive shapes and say, "Oh, okay, I found my thing. I can do all this in here." Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
how did that flow? Was it an easy transition, or was it something easy that you found easy to do, or did you like?
Not right off the back.
Okay.
I know when I first came into the space as a builder, I had the intent to do so because I am a tech founder and I was playing one of the MetaQuest apps and I was telling her like, look, this is the product I'm trying to build and everything is looks just like this. And she said, well, why don't you go build it? I'm like, oh, that's right. That makes sense. So I just remember when I was in here in my early days, Meta was saying something about creators and you can build worlds. And that's when I just started world hopping and exploring. And I came across an old friend of mine. I came into one of his worlds, and he just pretty much put me up on game on being a builder in a space. I laugh about it a lot because I just remember he just told me that he paid someone $500 to buy the world, and he built it into that. And I was like, "Yo, you can make money in here too." So that kind of started for me.
Right.
It's like, oh, if he paid someone $500, imagine how much people would pay me to build
Yes.
a world too. So I'm already sold. That's how I got started as a founder to like build a prototype of my real life tech product that's actually finally getting released next month.
Hold that thought, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a commercial real quick. All right. When we get back, we are going to expand on this young lady's experiences within Horizon World. We're going to speak on Web3. We're going to speak on XZEC Madness? And we're definitely going to talk and elaborate on diamond resilience. We will be right back with After Q Speak Your Truth.
Hi, I'm Jen Smash, and I'm here at VIP Entrepreneur Academy, where this is a world that you can learn how to start a business. For all you entrepreneurs who want to learn how to start a business, this is the ideal place to learn in the metaverse. This is a 9-week course where we go ahead and dissect every section of a business, from understanding your customer and industry to creating your budget for payroll and even taxes. We break down what is the requirements for you to have a successful business. So if you're ready to become an entrepreneur and want to learn the ropes, VIP Entrepreneur is ready to take in new students just like you. You can contact me at vipentrepreneur@gmail.com. See you at the next class.
Awesome. God bless everybody. I'm so glad, amen, that everything is finding you well, and I pray it's finding you well. This is Pastor Johnny live from our sanctuary here in the Metaverse at Word of Grace Meta Church. I want to invite you out to our service here on Sunday nights for worship and the word, now streaming through Lux Vision Studios. So excited about that and what God is doing in this space and place. See you Sunday. God bless you.
Are you looking to take your online presence to the next level? At Lux Vision Studios, we're your one-stop shop for building a strong digital brand and connecting with your target audience. We produce high-quality shows in a variety of formats, including podcasts, talk shows, gaming content, and motivational videos. Our team of experts will manage your social media channels and branding, helping you amplify your story and reach a wider audience. We stream content across popular social media platforms and Roku, ensuring maximum visibility. Whether you're a gamer, entrepreneur, or looking to inspire others, we have the expertise to help you achieve your online goals. Here's what sets us apart: engaging content. We produce a variety of shows to keep your audience interested and coming back for more. Social media and branding mastery. We'll manage your online presence and build a strong brand that resonates with your target audience. Multi-platform reach. We stream your content across popular platforms and Roku, maximizing your visibility. Community focus. We believe in fostering a community around your content, creating a loyal following. Let Lux Vision Studios help you connect with your community and amplify your voice online.
You jumping up and down. That mean we good? Hey, we that means we live. CJ over here jumping up and down. So appreciate you, sir. Thank you guys for staying. Short commercial break. Again, we are back. Ask the Q, speak your truth. Y'all can't hear me? What you jumping up and down for?
Jump up and down.
Oh, Jen, look, sit down. You making me nervous. Falcons fan.
No, jump up and down. You're hovering.
Jump up and down. You're
You're
hovering.
hovering.
You're hovering.
Oh, I was hovering. That's what it was. Cause most humble just staring at me in the daggone crowd and ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, and go Falcons. Yeah, we fucking won that one. Yes.
Sit down. Hey, again, thank you guys for coming through. Real quick, boss lady, hi. What's happening? El Blanco in the building. Bunny, I see you, babe. What's happening? Um, boss lady is my partner in spades all the time when I'm in 52 hitters. We don't lose ever. We're gonna say that on air. You see me? Ever. We don't lose. Um, they got a celebrity match coming up soon with CJ and M5 Divine. Yeah, I can't wait to see that goofiness. But yeah, whatever. I can't wait to see how that go down. But yeah, again, so we are back with Ask the Q Speaking Truth. I'm your boy Burden Proof, and we are here with the very creative, lovely Miss Boss Leo. Thank you again, man, for coming through and spending some time with us. I appreciate you. So we're gonna just jump back into what we were already talking about, your journey within Horizon World and the startup and how you found your niche. Because like I said before, I saw you as just someone that was just hopping worlds and being entertained by what Horizon World has to offer and things of that nature at first. And then somewhere something happened to you and just and then you hit this lane and you just started running with a purpose in regards to how you're going to brand yourself and what you felt important in regards to what people need to know about AI and mixed reality within this space. You care to speak about when that transition really started for you?
Absolutely. I'll say around this time last year when
Okay.
I left my corporate job there, and also it was when I turned 30 as well. So I was turning 30. My mental health was taking a toll, and it's just like I can't live the next 10 years of my life like that.
Mm,
Like I can't be in the same position. So I need to make a decision for myself. And I
right.
said I'm gonna bet all in on myself. And that's when I just switched whole course on my journey there, from just like, hey, start being scared and being fearful, just go after what you want because there's something there.
So when you say go after what you want, what do you mean exactly by that? And how does that relate to what you're doing here within this Horizon world now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say for me, I have this long term goal of being a venture capital firm where
Mm,
I have my own portfolio companies. Like, I truly believe that where we headed, I could be birthing out the next Fortune 500 companies in
mm,
Web3. And that's my vision, to produce more millionaires, especially my Black millionaires out there with their products. And that's literally just came from me watching a K drama, which is like a Korean love drama about startup life, seeing kind of like the behind the scene of that. It's like, yo, I want to do that. And doing that in the metaverse, I don't know, it gives you that courage. And I just started doing like little things around that because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was inspired by. And that's what we call the spark for a lot of creators in this space. It's like when you go from exploring and discovering like what it has to offer, and you just start like dibbling into different things,
right.
and you just have like that spark, like, yo, I want to do that, and just digging deep into it. And that's what happened for me. Like, I started doing more business stuff.
Right.
I started like envisioning, like, if I was a venture studio and I want to have my own firm and companies, what would I be doing it? And I don't know, immediately after that spark, it just started happening. Because that's what like just tricked me apart, because something like this in a real world, that takes like 10 years. That take you having to be a millionaire or
Yes.
making a minimum of 200K a
Right.
year. Like, this is something me even thinking about wanting to like have my own digital properties and stuff, that's far fetched.
Right.
But when I started thinking that, like, yo, like, I want to have my own venture studio, I want to have my own portfolio, I want to have like my own properties. And I started doing that. And then I started seeing payments coming from it. And I'm like, yo, like, this is real.
I
And it just
say,
started being real there. So once it started happening, I don't know, it's just like I started living that life. I started thinking like that entrepreneur, like that venture studio firm, and making it real. And I just
right.
brought it into my real life. And so I think what a lot of people who come into this space, like me, you get inspired, you see different things, and all these things that you was afraid of doing, like, hey, I want to have my own cooking show, I want to have my own podcast. Like, we're
Right.
doing it all because we can
Right.
do it all.
Right.
But once you really find that one thing that, like, out of everything that I do, that's the one thing I want to do, and now I'm focused and not distracted on all this other stuff I'm doing. I'm staying consistent, and I think that's the only difference, is that I came in here with the same mentality of wanting to launch my own products. And as I was digging into that, I found that bigger calling of wanting to do something that's even bigger, of launching my own products, and it's launching multiple projects for other
Right.
founders out there. And I just start building initiatives around that. So every world that I build is intentional. The games that I make is centered around my end goal of wanting to be that venture studio. And I just locked in on that and never changed.
I love how you just segued and right into what I was about to ask you in regards to this. So we're going to talk about these different things that you've created within this space, and just because I'm nosy, and I do. Yes, I'm in your business heavy. So with that being said, I'm just gonna just start naming a couple of things that you've done within this space already, and just elaborate on them, if you will, for me. Pipe Dream Ventures. What is that?
Mhm. That's a venture studio and consulting company.
Uh huh.
And when I was building my first world,
Yep.
that's when the vision was realized of going that venture studio route, where I just saw what was possible just by building a world around what I wanted to do.
So that was the kickstart for everything else that you've, I guess, cr- grew to create within this space. So
Hmm.
Pipe Dream Ventures was like one of the first world type thing, if you will, that you created in regards to following your dreams of entrepreneurship and things like that within this space. So I'm gonna just, okay, are you monetized within this space?
I'm not monetized by Meta, but monetized off platform.
Uh, can you elaborate on that and what that means for those who might not know what that means?
Okay. Monetize meaning that as a creator in the space, you're able to get real payments through your worlds, and you get residual income or monthly incomes directly from Meta
Right.
based on the amount of engagements, or I guess, or engagement or visits you have in your world. So you also are part of their early access program, all of that.
So
I'm
you
not
say,
a part of that.
but you said you monetize off platform.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So monetize off platform is that the things that I do in this space, I do business offline, and I have this as an add-on service to what I do. Like I do services around the metaverse and host them in my worlds, or I would do contract freelance work for other businesses out there in building worlds in this space. So
Are,
I use
are
that.
y'all listening? Oh man, I don't ask people to elaborate on certain things because I don't know what the fuck the answer is. I try to elaborate on certain things in particular so people can understand that there are other ways to create passive income within this space without being monetized. Like she said, she's creating what, mixers and things of that nature, and like other events and stuff like that to create income. So I'm trying to, for those who think, oh, I got to be monetized, I got to be, no, you don't. Like you really don't. Like you don't have to be monetized within this space to generate income. You can create other hustles, if you will. You know what I'm saying? To generate other forms of income. So I'm again, I didn't ask her to elaborate because I didn't know. I just letting y'all know. I wish I had like a fucking bell or something when she hits certain things, because like yo, it's things that people need to hear. Like they really need to hear. So Faded Sky Lounge. How does that intertwine into everything else that you're doing within this space?
Hmm. They came after a pivot with the exchange, and that was just a really dope collab with another creator. They said, say, hey, it'll be dope if we like work together. And he's also my resident DJ. So a lot of the work that I do here in collabs, I believe in collaborations where we both can grow together and make money together.
Mm.
And I'm always telling everyone that I collab with them, I'm always upfront. I'm like, look, I might not can pay you, but I can guarantee you I can get you paid if we work together on an initiative that I'm doing, and I believe in that. And so that was no exception with the collab with Faded Game. I needed a DJ. I realized that even though that I'm more business oriented, this is still a social community that I need to build a community from. And who's better than do that than DJ Fade Game, who knows how to build a community? And so having him as a resident DJ and making it into his own, like showing that collaboration, like I want you to know, like this is all you. We're doing it together. We're making money together, and we're building community together. And this is my way of giving back to the creators that has been on this journey with me. So we came up with the Faded Sky Lounge.
So
The
you
show is
created
set
the
for that.
space.
We did it together.
Okay. Ugh, look, look, y'all listening? Look, I hope like she has the blueprint, man. Like, look, man, look,
It's how
we
you
just
grow
gonna
in
keep.
this space. Like a lot of people think that one, you have to be the only one doing anything, or it's like you have to just hang with certain groups. But I won't be the diamond. I wouldn't be the diamond resilience without all of my collab projects. Like I'm successful because of the people that I collab with and they're marking what they do, and it's all organic there. So you're not going to be successful if you're not collabing or partnering with other people that's trying to do the same thing or doing the same thing as you.
There's one thing I couldn't agree more, but there's one thing in particular I wanted to touch on because it's just I was like this 2K hackathon and pitch. What was that about?
The you said the 2K, the one we're doing now.
Yeah, well, no, if that's something, no, we're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that. Web3 XR 101. What is that?
Okay, now no. Last year I did a $2,000 pitch conference.
There we
Pitch.
go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm going in line with these. Go ahead.
Yeah, so last year I did a pilot summit, creator summit, and part of that was also giving out $2,000 to businesses in a space. So these were businesses. I think all of them were actually not in Horizon Worlds and Metaverse. These was actually real world businesses building
Mm,
products,
mm.
and but they were in a space, and so I partnered with other organizations to put together $2,000 to pay a business that could leverage that for their business, and we did that offline and spatial.
Wow. Shh. So how did you? So there were businesses within virtual reality.
Yeah, one thing to know is that we're in Meta Horizon worlds. It's a great starting place to
Yes.
be here where you're getting your feet wet, you're getting your ground wet, you're getting experience and things, but don't downplay like the real world organizations around you doing like those are real opportunities out there. Like the world is bigger. Like don't limit your mindset and possibilities to only like what exists in Horizon Worlds. The goal is to get those connections, those relationships, those opportunities elsewhere in your city on LinkedIn and other organizations you bring together. And so I'm involved in my community. I am a leader. I'm a chapter president, a Midwest regional director
Mm,
of a all Black organization, and I sit on the board for the government blockchain association, and also I am on the board of a community tech hub for youth in next gen. So I'm
right.
involved in my community and I have industry connections and I'm on other platforms building these relationships, and I'm bringing them together to support the initiatives that I'm doing. So having a partnership with those two nonprofits, I'm able to raise the money that I need. So we talk about monetization, like we thinking like, oh, let me charge $10 per ticket, $20 per ticket. But why try to get a community to pay $10 per ticket that you might not get when you can get an other organization to drop you 5K or 10K to support
Mm,
what you're doing, in
mm.
that sense. So that's the things that I do in the real world is building those connections, meeting those people, establishing myself as an industry expert in that space to put on the type of events that I do.
Speaking of events, we're going to talk about the one that you are s- steamrolling right now. This exec madness. Uh, w- yeah, right. Explain this, man. I, okay, hold on. Let me just tell you what I think it is. Okay, my opinion of it is like uh, a Shark Tank technology for technology, if you will. Am I close to
Hmm.
that? Maybe sort of, kinda. It's like
Yeah, it's a mix of Shark Tank and March Madness. That's what it's inspired by.
I'm pretty good at this. Okay, got you. So, ma'am, let me know what exact, because I almost said it wrong when before I heard you say it on your live stream. Exec Madness. Explain people what this is, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely want to shout out my exec team over there. I love you guys. You're so
Oh, we were gonna get to their ass.
supportive. Yeah, exact madness. It's a mixed reality pitch competition series, and we're in our pilot season. I'm testing the waters out with that, but it's a 4 week series.
Yes.
For creators, small businesses to one practice pitching, but as they're pitching, which is completely fun and satire topics, based on the industry, and we're just giving real world scenarios of like how can you leverage mixed reality and AI, for this particular business case scenario. And I think the most beautiful thing about it is, once again, the community is like my exec, my judges, is what everyone pour into the prize package, because you're not just getting a free app, you're getting a community who's going to support you from the inception all the way to the delivery of getting your own app on a MetaQuest or Steam for yourself. And so we have the community that all donated their services from, we have the VIP Entrepreneurship Academy. That is like the bomb.com there. We have marketing support from VR Advice, Maddie VR, that's offering free sales strategy and marketing tactics there. And you got Rex, who's an actual developer who's going to consult and to help you build the app there. And then you have me, who's known for helping people launching their businesses, tailoring their go to market strategy. So it's really the value of the community coming together to support someone when, and also to help them learn how to pitch a business,
Right.
because we're bringing in investors, we're bringing in businesses, we're bringing in opportunities, job opportunities, and you're going to need to know how to pitch and talk about what you do in those time constraints. So it's a great way to just give those guys a chance to be heard, be seen, and to spark that interest of like, dang, I want to build my own something. I want to own something. I don't want to just build on Horizon no more. Like, I want to learn how to build my own game and protect myself and take
Right.
this to the next level.
Jen, get your ass on the box. Come on. CJ, we segue, my guy. Miss Jen,
Hey, yes, what's up?
somehow you got your hand in every pot in fucking Horizon World. Somehow, some way. Um, you
Yes.
chose to offer your services to this
Mhm.
particular competition. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what about this struck a chord with you and said, you know what? I definitely can assist these people in trying. Well, I know
Mhm.
because I listened to the live stream,
Mhm.
and how you said you would like to help grow entrepreneurs' understanding of making money and
Absolutely.
things like that.
Absolutely.
But in your own words, please elaborate on what struck a chord with you with what Boss Leo is doing to where
Yes.
you felt the need to offer your services.
Absolutely. First of all, is I our relationship. So it started before that. So understanding our relationship, I got to know who she was. I met her in person. I believe in her. And so when she came with this brilliant game show, I was just supporting her 100%. So she is taking my class, VIP Entrepreneur Academy. I'm helping her develop the business side of everything. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that she's doing a great thing for the community, a great thing for tech, and that
Right.
I want to support whoever's coming and winning that event. I will, is all about, yes, you can have a great idea, but you got to make sure your foundation of business is right.
Right.
and that's where I come in from. I'm going to supply that support to the winner, and I'm going to dedicate my time to make them successful. That's it. So I am
Awesome.
all for her. She's brilliant. Boss Leo is definitely going to make. I really see really big things with her. I love the way she thinks. I love the way she's taking me to the techie world, which I'm fighting, all the way through. But yeah, she has a great product. Everybody, you need to check out this game show. Um, we're Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock.
At
Yeah,
o'clock.
you need to come. And the judges, man, the judges are brilliant. Brittany was a Brooklyn Brit was a judge this week today, and they and Rex. Oh, it's just awesome, brilliant, forward thinking, future thinking concept, and we're there, man. We're there. I support her
Definitely.
150%.
Thank you, ma'am. I
Yes.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Come here,
go
Brooklyn.
Falcons.
I want to say
From
the
Brooklyn,
Falcons,
New
but I ain't gonna
York.
say it right now. Brooklyn.
What's going on, Burden? What's up? What's
What's
up? What's up, everybody?
happening?
What's happening?
So, Exec Madness. You
Hmm.
were a judge.
I was. I
What?
was.
So, what's your impression of this phenomenal show?
Oh man. First of all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now what she has going on. It's a winner. It's a
Yes.
winner on in all ways, in all shapes and forms. As your local neighborhood friendly VR enthusiast turned, IRL VR engagement strategist, what
Mm-hmm.
she has going on is very, very important. In the tech space, what we're seeing a lot of, especially in the VR and AR like ecosystem, is that there is a disconnect, there is a gap between like the new generation, aka, us, aka the kids,
Right.
aka people that come from where we come from, our backgrounds,
Yes.
and those that are already involved in the space. And I promise you, it's a two-way street. Like those big organizations, those big enterprises, they're wanting to find a way to appeal and to connect to us. And so what she has is like what I consider like that perfect like gap, bridging of a gap. And she's helping connect that roadway and that pathway forward. So I'm
Awesome.
really proud of what she has going on. I think it's absolutely amazing. I think that it's applicable to all ages and experiences and walks of life. um I think that it's going to be something that is going to be vital for our communities going forward, especially in this space, and figuring out what it is that we want to do and how serious we are about certain things and things that we want to do.
Right.
um and I'm even getting a little bit emotional just because like this is a lot of like what I want to do in this space, and what I
Mm.
want to continue to do, which is bridging that gap. And so if you guys get a chance, please check it out. And also please like, come forward, ask questions, hit up Boss Leo, hit up me, hit up Jen, hit us up and ask us if you have any questions, if you want to get involved, because we want this to be, inclusive to everybody. We want everybody to participate and we want everybody to learn. So
Definitely.
that's what she got going on.
Well, thank
So
you,
Nice.
ma'am. Thank you. Well, I mean, see, so the season or the first competition, I think, was a success. You had a winner. If the name was Sheba Stacks, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, Shiva.
Sheba, yeah. But there was an 11-year-old that struck a chord with everybody. That was really somebody that everybody seemed to really been caught off guard by. So, what was it about this 11-year-old that really stood out?
Oh, I feel like Jen Smash would do it even better justice than me. But what's really amazing about this 11-year-old is just his maturity and just his mindset, the entrepreneur mindset, and how he's able to hold his own and to have really good reasoning and
Mm,
logic. He's very ahead of his time. He's not like most of the kids you see in here, and it's just something we want to do to get back into our future there and like
right.
invest into him, but he's definitely is a young talent that was discovered by Jen Smash, who saw his potential and just giving
She
him
always
some
finding
time to do
something.
that. She knows the star when she see one, huh? Yeah, but that's it. That's what I love, like giving back to the kids too, as
Definitely.
well, giving them the opportunity. And it's definitely something that I wish I would have had as well, because we think differently, we act differently, and to
Right.
have someone to see that creativity and encourage that, that's needed at a young age. And he's learning both failures and successes now, at such a young age, and getting a lot of exposure, things that you don't typically get in the classroom.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. So when I when I asked you to do this show, or asked if you could be a guest, you were in MetaConnect watching the video or the pre-recorded show, live show that they were doing in San Francisco.
Mhm.
And you were just giddy as I don't know what, all laughing and just extra excited. I'm like, what the fuck is she laughing, smiling about? Like, what is she so enthused about? And then you made a comment on the, I think, the live. You said that Meta is going to lead the mixed reality evolution.
Mhm.
Why do you feel that's so?
Yeah, absolutely. I said what Meta is doing, whether they're the first to do it or not, is that they're leading the mass adoption.
Yes, yes.
They're they're leading the way of becoming the market leaders, the Apple of the Web3. And they're doing, you can see the plan like just laid out there of what he's doing. So the key term here is mass adoption. And that's really important because we're in a very unique time
Mm.
where we're transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3. And I feel like as millennials, probably my Gen Xers might feel a certain way as well too, is that we feel like we went through all of the financial disasters and everything that's going on, but we also been through the big .com industry. We went through the texting, the phoning industry, and like right now, we're in that sweet spot where we're yet in the beginning of something big that's coming,
Right.
with the Web3. And there's a lot to play into that. And so Meta is one of those companies that we call hyperscalers, where they're investing in the infrastructure, the ecosystem, and all of that to how this get adopted on a mass level. And right now, we saw that with just making it affordable at 299 compared to like an Apple. They say, yeah, we're gonna charge you 4K, but
Right.
having people being able to pay 299 to experience this is just like the beginnings of the next YouTube and the next Instagram, and they're coming, and they're going to discover this, and we're going to see more in this space. So yeah.
Okay, so me and you have this agree to disagree thing in regard to AI. Elon Musk has introduced his own robots, if you will. I don't know if anybody's seen this on Instagram or TV or anything like that. Audrey said she had hi, ma'am. So, um, I'm just curious. Okay, me personally, this is how I think. I personally think that AI takes away from human beings' ability to think for themselves. I think it creates a convenience that I don't think we necessarily need in certain aspects of life, especially with this robot, if you will, because in regards to listening to people's reasoning as to why they would buy it, they say that it would give them more time to do other things, so to speak. But I just think it just creates a space to make them even more lazy. What would you say to that?
It's balance when it comes to any and everything, and being a person who have like 8+ years in the tech industry, all of this technology is just a tool
Mm,
um to improve improve like your productivity and quality of life. You're gonna have those people that has a lazy mindset before you had technology with a lazy mindset of leveraging this technology and AI. I even had one person ask me, she's like, "Well, if everyone's using ChatGPT and we're having the same ebooks and stuff, like, how are we going to compete?" I'm like, at the end of the day, you're the original. Nobody can copy the original and authenticity of that.
Mm,
It's like you being different, setting yourself apart. You don't, when you're using AI models, you are putting your identity into these AI models, and they just, in their own unique way, using math and logic, it's just spinning it back out in a way that sounds nice. Like I tell people, the technology is only as good as the person that created them. Like
mm,
I'm not necessarily scared of AI. I look at it just like a baby that you train. That baby grows based on what you feed it, what it sees, what it do. Like they say, a baby don't wake up being racist. It's like that's the environment that taught them to be racist in
true.
that area. So same thing with AI. It's that it's the people behind it and what you're doing that. So AI is a powerful tool, and people who are cracking the code are setting themselves up for success for the long term. And mind you, America is 10 years behind on this technology, where
Mm,
you have Asian countries like, yeah, that was like 10 years ago, fam. Like, this is a normal Tuesday. What's the hype? You know? And
right.
so, what concerns people should be, especially like in elections, not saying who I'm voting for and stuff, but realizing people who's powerful, like Elon Musk, who's probably not the smartest as you and I, but he has smart people working for him,
Mm-hmm.
is ushering in this technology and
Yes.
backing presidents. Like President Trump and what he's doing, he's controlling Neuralinks, he's controlling all this thing. It's those people that I'm more concerned about, of like, what are you trying to do with this
Yes.
technology and how you're trying to
Yes.
control it in there. And so those are the things that we have to switch our mindset and start thinking about: the code, the conduct, the safety, the security, the privacy, the inclusiveness of it, the responsibility, like sustainability, like all of those things of ushering in this technology. Who's having the most control and how they're controlling the 99%, which is us, the consumers of that.
So while y'all sitting there worried about Diddy and his damn baby oil, the real shit is happening in this world. I'm letting y'all know that right now. I'm telling you. And she just gave you a glimpse of some of those things. To every yin, there's a yang. And I saw iRobot. Anybody else you seen iRobot? Y'all watch iRobot? Y'all seen the movie iRobot? I look, right. So whatever. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. The it's AI is here, the technology is here. Um, I, essentially, it's up to us to create a balance in regards to how it's going to preserve our world. I guess. Would you say, ma'am?
He said it's going to preserve our world. Said again.
I was just saying in regards to how we utilize this AI and how to safeguard it, if you will. I mean, it's there has to be, like you said, there has to be a balance
Yeah.
in how we utilize this stuff to preserve what we already have as human beings.
Yeah, it's also about getting being knowledgeable and being educated, like I'm this far in my life and I have this much wisdom because I'm naturally just curious. I
Mm,
mean, being into sci-fi tech, I'm naturally curious about those things. So I do my research, and so we as people, we fear what we don't know, and we
yes.
say all these things about I'm against AI and that, but it's really the reality is it's just you don't have information that is purposely restricted from you versus information you can find in YouTube and university there.
Mm,
And me, I'm a curious person, one, because I like tech, but I'm also curious about how this is going to affect me, who's just so happened to be a woman, a black
yes.
woman.
Yes.
a Muslim woman, like all of these different things
Right.
that's impacting me. How is this going to affect me when they're bringing in this technology there? So I do my research. So you have to do your research and you have to understand what it is, get familiar with the code, and then you can have more like control with that, like how you want to do it, how you want to protect yourself.
Definitely. Ma'am, I could sit here and talk your brain about this all day. And I want to say thank you for coming through and speaking and having such an open mind in regard to having this conversation and being so candid in regards to your answers and things like that. Um, I'm looking forward to a lot of these things that you have already on the table, especially with this exact madness competition. I'm looking forward to how this young lady, Miss Jen Smash, is going to integrate what she knows in regards to those who are winners and things like that, and teaching these guys how to better prepare themselves for the money aspect of creating these apps and things like that, and the growth of diamond resilience. With that being said, the floor is yours to let people know if they need your services, how can they contact you, and what social platforms are you on?
Uh,
There you go.
that question always get me as I'm figuring out myself sometimes, but I consider myself a venture studio and consulting company, and I help two types of people. Ones who are trying to launch and scale their own businesses, tech products, and those who are trying to transition into a career pathway. So, helping creatives build sustainable income and careers. So, if you're like me, worked in corporate and was damn near miserable every day and you wanting a change, I help with that transition into that space there. So people come to me for that career guidance and support. They come to me as a startup coach to help them launch their businesses or launch this big project to fundraise. I have some projects that we're trying to fundraise right now and supporting that creative with that. So if you have a project, you have an idea, you're wanting to transition the space, you're wanting to fundraise for a big initiative, these are the things you can come to me about as well. We are a community, a growing community. So I tell people to just subscribe to my calendar by following bossleo.io and following the Diamond Resilience, because we are a community that will soon be private, which is
Mm.
really exclusive here. And all of these resources you're hearing that we're doing, all of that is exclusive for our members. Getting access to funding, support, legal, and all of that to grow in this space.
You heard her. I ain't got to say nothing else. Thank you, ma'am. I
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
Oh man, thank you for coming through. I hope Gizmo got enough information. No, but honestly, thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming through. Thanks for all those who stayed long enough to hear all the information. I really do hope it was informative. I hope you guys took some of these gems with you, especially in regards to how to move about in this space of Horizon World. And understanding that monetization isn't the know all end all within this space in regards to how to create ways to make money within this space. So again, ma'am, I appreciate you for coming through, and thank you. I know I was supposed to have you on last week, but we had to push it up. But I guess it was just perfect timing, and I thank you, and I appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
No doubt, no doubt. Again, I look forward to this madness competition. I can't wait to see who the next winner is going to be. Um, Thank you guys again, Lux Vision Studios, M5 Divine, CJ. Appreciate you guys for making me look as good as we do within this space with this show. I want to say it's the number one show in this Horizon world, but yeah, we're not even gonna go there right now. Um, this is Ask the Q Speaking Truth. I'm your boy Burden of Proof, and we're gone. Y'all know what we're doing.